Blue Chew wants to help you have better sex. Discover your options at bluechew.com. Chew it and do it.
Nice. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Try Blue Chew free when you use our promo, Talkoma, Talkoma. Use it at checkout. Just pay $5 for shipping. And that's bluechew.com, promo code Talkoma. You get your first month free. Go to bluechew.com for details, safety information. And thank you, Blue Chew, for sponsoring our podcast.
Thanks, Blue Chew. Happy sex, everybody.
Welcome to another episode of Talkoma FD.
Good one.
Talkoma FD. Hey, Lemme, what's up?
Not too much.
Episode 402.
I love it. 400.
The Probie. We introduced a Probie.
We do. I wonder if the audience understands when you say 402 that what it is season 4,
Yeah.
episode 2.
Right.
And the reason why we go 02 is because we're going to get to episode 10, so that'll be 410, 411, 412, 413.
Very informative.
Information.
402.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm yelling into my microphone.
That's okay. We're
Brian,
fired.
am I yelling into my microphone? No?
We're fired up.
Quit yelling.
We're fired up.
I love it.
No, that's good. We want to, I have to say, I really, the set has grown on me. I like our red stripes.
Yeah.
Very fiery. Yeah. And he's still there.
He's still there.
Still stuffed with pastrami.
It looks good. It's fun.
It's a nice set. And the bobbles, I was looking at these bobbleheads. Who is who? Like, I'm pretty sure this is me.
I think this is me, although I think they took this head off of a young Andy Reid.
Let's see.
And they put it on this bobblehead in a thin body, because that's not only my body,
For those of you who don't know, Andy Reid is the head coach.
I mean, everyone knows who Andy Reid
of the
is.
Kansas City Chiefs.
Right? I mean, won a couple Super Bowls. Guys.
All I said was, for those of you who don't know who Andy Reid is.
All right, you're right. I'm sorry.
Don't.
Okay.
Here's what happens. You start in on this, and then I get mad and react to it, and then you get mad at me for reacting to what you do.
I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be super nice. I think your bobblehead looks great.
Thanks.
It's kind of weird, though, because I guess they didn't make these. Like, where do they get these heads from?
That's our props department, or this is set deck, would you say?
Maybe. I mean, this is episode 311. Was the pickleball episode?
311.
We were the pickleball champions, right? And here it is. And they don't look that different, but one's you, one's me.
No, they don't. So here, I'll just say something. Here is the way you differentiate between whose job it is. It's the set decorators.
Oh boy, educational again.
If you don't touch it. But if you're planning on touching it, it becomes a prop issue.
Ah, okay.
That's how it is.
That's great.
That's how it works.
Okay. So listen, episode 402.
Yeah.
Should I start talking about it? Or
You
no?
can. I just wanted to, a couple things.
Okay.
Number one, I wanted to say that last week
Yeah.
on Talkoma FD,
Last week on Tacoma FD.
we were talking about Reba McEntire and her songs.
Yeah, right.
And I pulled it and I said, Country Gal.
Country Gal, right. Which apparently is a big song.
And our editors were like, oh yeah, here's one called Country Gal. And it was like a big triumph moment.
This one you're actually right. It's called Country Gal.
Oh.
You knew that, though, right?
No, I had no idea.
Maybe that was the song that you guys were making love to.
Isn't it amazing how the human brain works?
It's amazing.
Like I probably I registered that someplace.
Right. And that's the song you're making love to, and that's now your favorite song.
It is. Do you know what I found out?
Whoa.
They were just lying. Oh. They made that shit up.
They're getting in on that shit.
Yeah, they make that shit up. That's like
good.
Fun sabotage.
Well, what is nice is that was the first day we were working together, and they knew enough to take the piss out of you.
They really did.
They really did.
Do you know what? And then today, already, Joe has cried in front of me.
He did?
Yeah. So,
was that like he was going to go to his car, and then he decided he wouldn't go to his car?
Something happened to Joe. He was going to go out to his car to have a cry.
Okay.
And I said, don't go.
Cry here.
Joe.
Yeah, don't go.
Do it here.
Huh.
Cry here.
Good for you,
because we're family.
Yeah, we are.
You took the piss out of me last week.
That's right.
Let me.
We're supportive and loving here.
Help you. And he said, and he came for a hug, and I was like, that's for next
Joe,
week.
as much as we bicker, don't let that be the tenor of our relationship. You know what I mean?
We're a comfortably married couple.
We've been together for 30 years.
The bickering means nothing.
Okay. What do you want looking at your coat?
No, but what are you gonna keep?
No. I people were saying they like these things. I was always a big fan of this sweatshirt.
And I love these jackets.
This is the beauty of this show is that we get all this swag, We have different coats and all kinds of shit,
Yeah.
Look at this nice sweatshirt.
No, this is great.
Nice Carhartt sweatshirt I have on.
Captain Panizzi.
Great.
Yeah, it's great.
Penis with an eye.
I walk around with this thing. People still, it's like, they'll look at it and try to figure it out. Like, is that this dude's
the
real name?
Oh, okay.
Panizzi.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, this was the episode. This 402 episode is the episode we introduced our new character, Chris Avila.
Yeah.
Who's a great kid, and he, what we were hoping to have as a Probie character. And, Probie is such an institution in the fire department. It's the rookie. Probie is what they call rookie. A rookie is what they call Probie. I don't know. But either way, in the fire department.
We get it.
And you understand.
We get it.
And we get a lot of great stories from firefighters, and we have had a lot of relationships now with them, and always telling us great stories about Probies. And so it was like, you know what? It would be nice. Because Lucy was at one point, it's like, let's get a dedicated Probie.
But the thing about Lucy was that she was the Probie who was untouchable.
Correct.
Because she was
my
your daughter.
Yeah.
And there were a few reasons. Number one, nobody wanted to fuck with her because she was your daughter.
Right.
Number two, because she had grown up in a fire station, you couldn't fuck with her.
Because I wouldn't let them.
You wouldn't let them. But also because she just knew the secrets. Like she knew not to get ramadoodled. And,
Right. Right. She's smart.
She's smart. But we've heard great Probie stories, from firefighters over the years. Like,
and we put some in the show.
We've put some in the show.
Yeah.
We put one called Endless Dishes in the show, which is, the Probie washes the dishes, hand them off, to put in the dishwasher, and then they just keep passing them around in a circle, and the Probie just keeps rinsing dishes. There's the one where they have the Probie stand on top of the water truck, the tanker truck, with like a broomstick, and they're like, you have to stir the water inside the truck to keep it fresh, and they just have the Probie up there on the
the hose water. They want to keep it fresh. Right.
There's the one where they're like, oh, we need to send a sample of our exhaust to the EPA, so we need you to capture it in the bag. So they've got the Probie with a bag over the exhaust hose.
Right.
And then the big one that we had found out was from the Austin.
Right, which we put in the show, was we were doing a promotional event down in Austin with a bunch of firefighters, and, they all have got great stories. And but this one guy came and told us this story, which we thought was funny. We put it in a previous season. But.
Yeah, how they had a Probie, a rookie, and when he first showed up for his shift, all these guys had gotten the same temporary tattoo of like a donkey, like a jackass with like buck teeth or something like that, like a really stupid tattoo. And they told this Probie, this is our shift tattoo.
Yeah.
You have to get this to be part of the shift. That's your initiation. And so the Probie went to a real tattoo shop and got that tattoo for real. And then he came back to the station and they all rubbed their tattoos off. And we're like, ha ha, we got you, motherfucker.
Hey, I wanted to show you something. I've been feeling really bad about the way the C team's been treating you. So I got a little something as like a show of solidarity. Check it out. Oh, isn't it so bad?
Oh my God, you did that for me?
Yeah. So now you're not the only one in the station with this stupid tattoo.
Except... Oh, shit! Oh no, it rubbed right off.
It's temporary?
Yeah, dude. Now you're the only one with that stupid ass tattoo.
That's a harsh prank.
That's like a firefighter prank.
That's firefighter
They don't fuck
prank.
around, man.
Well, that's the thing about firefighters.
That's a badass prank.
That's the thing about firefighters, which we have learned.
Yeah.
Firefighters do not fuck around. Like, if you're going to go party with a firefighter, you're dead. Like, because the thing is, like, they do their job requires so much bravery and so much adrenaline, and they see some
They're
fucking
adrenaline
crazy
junkies,
things.
those guys. Yeah.
They see crazy things, and so, like, when they play hard.
And so, I think that was in our minds of like, hey, let's get a guy, and then we can tell these stories, And so over the course of the season, that's what we're going to do. And, I don't know if you remember, but the network was very nervous about it,
Yeah.
That was the first thing that came in. And I was looking through old emails, and I saw it from the network execs, and they were like, no, just be careful, okay? We don't want to, pile on this guy too hard. We want to be mean to him. And we get it. We understand it. But it is part of the culture.
Oh, yeah. And even when we would, like, every actor that came into audition, we were like, how are you with hazing? And even then, they're like, you can't even ask that question.
Right.
Don't ask that question.
Right.
But but
that's fine. I mean, it's all very good-natured. And Chris was such a good sport. And I think he has this kind of like, I don't know, it's ingenue kind of, disposition that I think it lends itself well to where, you get it, And there are times where, he turns the tables here and there,
But we did, throughout the season, when we were hazing him on camera for the show, we did, as soon as cut would be called, and you'll see some of these things where we would ask him, like, are you okay? Are you okay?
We didn't haze him in real life, guys.
Yeah.
We didn't do it, right?
We didn't touch him.
We were very loving. It
was
very
mental.
loving.
It was mental hazing.
But whatever, we had a great time, and I think people are really going to like the character and the kind of arc that we send him on. The other funny thing, Steve, about making a point, the other funny thing was the name. His name, Mickleberry.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I pulled up, I was looking through the old emails and the early scripts, and the first name that we gave that character was Jonesy.
Right.
Which blows.
It
right?
blows.
I mean, no offense to any Jonesies out there, but it's not a particularly colorful or inventive name.
It's funny because Jones is probably one of the most common American names, and you just insulted like 50 million people who are like,
sorry, all to all the Joneses. But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's like,
and you can only name Jones Jonesy,
sure,
and they're all named Jonesy.
Sure, and that's why we did it. It was like every fire station's got a Jonesy, and that was part of what it was, and But I think as we were writing the script, we're like, hey, maybe this is an opportunity to have a little more fun with the guy's name.
Well, I'll also say this, that, while we were writing season 4 is when we realized we were losing Eugene Cordero.
Right.
We weren't prepared for that. And so now we had to write a character, and we didn't know if it was going to be male or female.
Yeah.
We didn't know their background, their race, their ethnicity. We didn't know anything about it. So we came up with this. We were like, Jonesy.
Yeah, right.
That could kind of be.
You just offended all the Joneses in the world.
Yeah, the most run-of-the-mill random
the most
milquetoast
fucking name
we could think of.
Smitty and Jonesy.
Yeah, and Wilson.
Yeah.
All the Wilsons are like,
now they're all
man,
pissed. You can't make anybody happy.
I know, you really can't.
But what we did is we came up with this name, Mickleberry. And it's not that we came up with it. It was something that was sitting in kind of on our shelf for many years.
Yeah.
And the way it came about originally was that we were one day, many, many years ago, we were in the Broken Lizard offices in New York City, and we were writing, and we were working in the office, and we decided to take a break, and we wanted to go see a movie.
Yeah.
And so it was, I don't know, middle of the day, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and we're looking to see what movie we all want to go see, and we see what's playing, and is a movie that's playing is called Black Dog. Black Dog, starring Patrick Swayze.
Peaceways.
And it was a movie where Patrick Swayze plays a trucker.
Yeah.
And Meatloaf is in the movie.
Yeah.
And his sidekick, his buddy, is Randy Travis.
Yeah.
And, it's just sometimes you're driving late at night and you see the black dog.
Yeah, the black dog is like a hallucination of the highway.
And we don't have to tell you, maybe someday we'll go into it, but we are Swayze fans, big Swayze fans. And so if there's a new Swayze movie, we're going.
Oh, yeah.
And so we all went to see it. And, people prepared to go to the movie theater and have a good laugh.
What does that mean? Like bought popcorn?
Well, maybe, or some other things. There are things that maybe, a little more mind-altery.
Took a shower?
Things, maybe.
Oh, prepared.
To go watch the movie. And we did that. We went over, we watched the movie.
You mean got high?
Well, some people do that kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah.
It's legal now, right?
It is legal, Kev.
Back then it was not.
No, it wasn't.
Back then it was not.
Back then, some people might have been breaking the law.
We rode our horses over to the movie theater back then.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we go to the movie theater. We're having a good time. We're laughing. We sit in the movie theater, and we're just giggling and giggling. We're so excited for the Swayze movie, this action movie, and the credits start rolling at the top of the movie. And the writers, I think it was the writer's credit, right? The writer, the name comes up, and the name was like John Mickleberry.
Yeah.
And we started fucking laughing. We thought that was the funniest name for some reason. I mean, we just thought it was good. And it was one of those things where we thought that was a great name. That you yell at people.
Yeah.
And we riffed on him being in like the writing on the set and be like, Mickleberry!
Yeah.
Rewrite the opening scene.
We turned him subservient and started to beat him down.
Mickleberry! Get in my office!
Mickleberry, shine my shoes.
Mickleberry! You're on shit list!
Mickleberry, there's ants in the refrigerator and it's your fault.
Mickleberry! Make me a Mickleberry smoothie!
Mickleberry, add some strawberries to that and I'll have one of those as well.
Mickleberry! Whose shirt is that?
And it was a name, and it was an inside joke for a long time.
Well, it was funny because we loved that name, Mickleberry.
We loved the name Mickleberry. I don't know, for some reason it just felt like a funny fucking name.
And we tried to use
Mickleberry.
it. We tried to use it. I don't know if you remember this, but
we did.
We
did.
We were developing Super Troopers with Miramax.
Right.
We were writing
old
the script.
Miramax, yeah.
Writing the script with them and, going through all the drafts with them. And at the time, they came to us and they said, we just, they had bought Life is Beautiful from Cecchi Gori.
Right, an Italian film.
An Italian film. And they had a catalog of movies that they wanted to possibly make American.
Right.
And they said, here's this one we want you to watch. It's called The Tall, the Short, the Cat.
Right.
And it was about this millionaire, this wealthy woman.
You gotta do the Italian accent.
What? The tall, the short, the cat.
Right.
Like that?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There, I did it. And it was about this wealthy lady, and she's got her two butlers, basically.
Right.
One's tall, one's short, and she's got this cat who she loves more than anything. And she treats the cat so much better than these guys, and they hate this cat, and finally she dies.
Right.
And they literally take the cat and punt it.
Right.
Like, I hope it was a stuffed animal, but like they punt it and they get rid of it, and they're like, there we go, arrivederci. But then they go to the will reading of the lady, and she leaves all her money to them if they take care of the cat.
Right.
And now these guys have to go searching the countryside for this cat that they just punted.
Right. But anyway, they pitched us that they had this movie.
Yeah.
And they asked us to do our American take on it.
Yeah.
And so,
And they said, you can do anything you want.
We were like, what are the parameters? Like, doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want. You can put the cat in space. We don't give a fucking shit.
Yeah.
We're like, okay, it's just gotta be a cat movie. Okay.
So what did we do?
So we went back to our office and we sat around and we're like, wait a minute, what if we did a movie about a cat in space? And we created this whole movie.
Yeah.
Right?
But it was a cat named Mickleberry.
We named the cat
We named the cat Mickleberry. We were like, oh my God, the cat's got to be named Mickleberry. And part of it also was that somehow, somewhere along the way, the rumor started that this cat could speak.
Right.
And what would happen is people would go in to meet with Mickleberry the cat.
Yeah.
And Mickleberry wouldn't speak to them.
Because he can't. Because he's a cat.
Because he can't. He would just stare at them because he's a cat.
Right.
And these people would come out of there and everybody else would be like, what did he say to you?
Yeah.
And those people were so insecure about the fact that Mickleberry didn't speak to them because maybe he didn't like them that they'd be like, oh, we had a very interesting conversation. And it would just sort of perpetuate.
Right. It was like very being there. It's like being there with Chauncey Gardner. And,
yeah.
That's kind of had a vibe to it.
Anyway.
So we went back and pitched it to them.
We pitched it to them.
And we did this whole song and dance. We had this whole 20-minute pitch, Mickleberry, the cat in space. And we finished and they just looked at us and they're like, we didn't actually mean put the cat in space. Like they were fucking furious at us.
Yeah.
They couldn't believe that we went and did that.
Pass.
They
passed.
But we got a lot of great Mickleberry jokes out of it and a lot of use of that name. And we always knew that we wanted to use that name again.
And so here was our chance.
But of course, again, we didn't know the ethnicity. We didn't know, who this character was going to be, but we were just going to name him Mickleberry no matter what.
Well, it's funny, and correct me if I'm wrong. So like in that opening scene, we also, I think one of us, at some point in the writer's room, we also riffed that maybe the Probie was actually Reggie Bon Jovi and was John Bon Jovi's nephew.
Right.
But Mickleberry, we kept coming back to Mickleberry, and so, but we still incorporated Reggie Bon Jovi in there.
That joke's still in there.
As like the sweet Probie that
with the good hair.
That we didn't get.
Yeah, who is the nephew of John Bon Jovi.
And he actually is the nephew of John Bon Jovi.
Oh, man. Mickleberry is a fun name to bark orders at.
It's a great name.
I think we found our new Probie.
You can't pick a new firefighter based on the name. Although, have you seen this Reggie Bon Jovi? Huh? This guy's top of his class.
Whatever, that guy sucks.
He's perfect. Have you seen his hair?
First of all, that dude wishes he was related to John Bon Jovi.
The thing was, we ultimately cast Chris. He's Latino, he's Mexican. And so then it became a question of, did the name fit him?
Right.
And we created this ridiculous story about how his real name was Miguel Barrio. Is that what it was?
Will you say that again, Kev?
Miguel Barrio.
You have a beautiful Spanish accent.
Thank you very much. Is that you're Hispanic? I don't want to offend anyone. Is that okay?
Miguel Barrio.
What I just said?
It means Michael Neighborhood.
Hey, by the way, where does Mickleberry come from? Is your dad Irish or?
No, Mexican. My dad changed his last name when he came to America.
It's a Mickleberry?
Yeah, his original last name was Mickleberrio.
So boom, there it fits now.
That's his backstory.
That's his name.
That's his backstory.
Boom.
Yeah.
And then after all these years, we finally named a character Mickleberry.
Yeah, and he's a delightful character. We hazed him and got him stung by murder hornets.
Yeah, we did it all.
In a very heroic way.
Yeah.
How did we do the bee sting, the murder hornet scenes? Like the prosthetics, right?
Well, we did in VFX, right? So the Hornets were not really there. And,
Right.
you go through these multiple meetings where you're with the VFX guy, and he's our buddy Jason Piccioni, and he's creating the Hornets. And you're like, more orange, bigger, smaller, that kind of stuff. And each Hornet costs money. So you have to determine
How much?
A lot.
A lot.
Let's say it's $8,000 a Hornet.
Yeah.
And so you have to decide how much you put in each Hornet in there.
8K PH. Yeah.
I'm making that up, but it's
Well,
probably,
it's not cheap.
It's not that far off.
It's not cheap.
And I think Jason would be like, wait a minute.
Well,
It's only $250 a Hornet, but I don't know if that's true. But no, that sequence was the most expensive VFX sequence in the whole season.
Yeah.
Were those Hornets.
I always find our conversations are funny because I'm going to be honest. I don't know if you could get this from the two of us, but I don't really look at the budget too much. That's Kevin loves to look at the budget.
I do.
Like you love.
I do. I
You
like
love that
going
shit.
through that line. And then there's always that moment where the line producer's a little bit shocked that Farva's going through the budget with them.
Because what they expect, that's true. But what they expect is that, and also they're shocked when they find out you're a lawyer in 2 states.
Correct.
Guys, Kevin Heffernan is a lawyer in 2 states.
I am.
I don't know if anybody knows that. He passed the bar in Connecticut and New York City.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
In terms of the budget, what they expect is it's going to be more like me. Because I'm the creator and I'm the executive producer of the show.
Yeah, how would it cost?
And I'm like, why not? Why can't we do it? And they're like, it's too expensive. And I don't care.
Yeah.
And that's the way I was, in post. We look at the rough cut, and I'm like, okay, where's all the murder hornets?
Right.
And you're like, we can't afford them, Steve.
Yeah. Steve, each one cost $8,000.
I'm like, yeah, but now there's no murder hornets. Where's the fucking murder hornets? And
And
we
then-
get into a thing about it.
We do. And if you go back and watch this episode, there are a few shots where we should have either more or have them in general, and we just ran out of money.
You have any murder hornets.
And we just ran out of money. And so it's just that matter of
So you put in audio.
yeah. So you just put a buzz in
You get some buzzing in there, and you get the.
The thing is this: it's the end of the episode. It's a comic scene. If someone gets stuck on it, fuck them. That's what I say.
That's what we say. If you get stuck on anything, fuck you.
yeah. Shut up. Just go laugh.
Just have some
Just
fun.
fucking laugh, for God's sakes. Blue Chew wants to help you have better sex. Huh?
Yeah.
So discover your options at BlueChew.com. Chew it and do it.
I love that tagline.
Chew it and do it, baby.
Chew it and do it. It's like, turn it and burn it, but this is like chew it and do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a call to action.
It's true. And we have a special deal for our listeners.
That's right. You go to bluechew.com and enter the promo code Talkoma, Talkoma. Talkoma, and you will get the first month free. You just pay $5 for shipping. But bluechew.com, promo code Talkoma, Talkoma. The first month of Blue Chew's chewable tablets come free. And you know what they do for you?
What?
They make you better in bed.
Really?
Yeah.
And you get that for free.
You get that for free for the first month with our promo code Talkoma, Talkoma.
Everybody loves making love, right?
They really do. You know why they call it making love?
Why?
Because love is made at bluechew.com.
Bonjour, comment ça va? Ça va bien? Je m'appelle Steve. Comment s'appelle? Oh, Jennifer. Okay, see, that's French. Now, the best way to learn a new language is through immersion. That is, living in the place where the language is spoken. But since most people don't get a chance to do that, then the next best option is with BABBEL. Hear that sound? That's the sound of learning. That's one of my favorite sounds. BABBEL. God, I love that sound. Okay, so listen. At BABBEL, for just 10 minutes a day, you will find yourself speaking a new language in just 3 weeks. And if you can do that for just 10 minutes a day, imagine what you can do for a full year. You can be speaking French, okay? See, BABBEL, there's that sound again. BABBEL uses great technology that teaches you the practical words, the things like how to communicate. You can ask for directions. You can ask for help with the waiter. You can greet people and find out how they're doing. And that's just in 3 weeks. 1 in 5 people has learning a new language on their bucket list for 2024. And with BABBEL, you will become proficient in that language. So we have a special deal for our listeners. Okay. So right now, if you go to babbel.com/Talkoma, you will get 55% off. Okay. your subscription. But this is a special deal for our listeners only. So get 55% off at babbel.com/Talkoma. So BABBEL.com/Talkoma, TALKOMA. Rules and restrictions will apply. With Babbel, we can't promise it'll always be easy, but we can promise it'll always be fun, and we'll be glad you did it. Okay. If you are serious about speaking another language, go to babbel.com/Talkoma, and you will be speaking that language within 3 weeks, and imagine what you can do in a year. Here's another fun fact that I love. Studies at colleges like Yale and University of Michigan discovered that with just 15 hours of Babbel, that is the equivalent of an entire semester at a college. Is that an indictment on our learning institutions or just a ringing endorsement for Babbel? We don't know. I like to think it's Babbel. There's that sound again. Okay. Also, if you just prefer the live classroom experience, you can go to babbel.com/Talkoma, 55% off. And they actually have live classes 7 days a week. So try that too. Okay, folks, start speaking that new language within 3 weeks. Babbel.com/Talkoma for 55% off.
So there were a couple other also, another thing we like to do, and I think the writers have really gone into this, is they find out what we hate as humans, you and me.
Yeah.
And then they write about them, or they write them into the show, and then you have to deal with them, And I think, one of these situations, or what was something we love, and I think one of these things was, and it's been on the list for all 4 seasons, is that I hate glitter.
Right.
I fucking hate glitter.
Yes, you do.
I hate it. It gets everywhere. It's like garlic. You can't get the taste out of your mouth. And then it's on your face, and then you just can't do it. And in the Christmas episode, which we did a couple years ago, there was a scene where you open a package and it has glitter on it, and it was a fucking disaster. It was a nightmare. The glitter was on me. It was on you. The makeup folks come in, they're like, where'd the glitter come from? And they can't get it off, And it's just it's a thing, and I hate it.
Well, and especially you hate glitter cards. Because
to this day, my mother sends me fucking glitter cards all the time.
Probably because she knows you hate them.
That's exactly why.
Yeah, because your mom hates you.
She doesn't hate me, but she's just, they find that shit out and they just want to,
yeah. But that's the thing. It's like we get in the writer's room. I'll tell you this. It's a good thing I'm there because we pitch these ideas and Kevin's like, no, absolutely not. No glitter cards, no glitter anywhere. And we're like, it's going to be funny.
Yeah.
It's going to be, and I make them. I'm like, we're doing glitter cards.
But going back to what you're saying, then you put the producer hat on in my mind, I'm like, this is what's going to cost. This is going to be the pain in the ass of it. This is going to be the problem. They can't get it off you. It's in the next take. It's on, whatever. That's what I think about.
Yeah. No, I know.
And I fucking hate glitter.
But mostly you hate glitter.
But what's the point of glitter? Can you tell me that? Like, what's the fucking point?
It's sparkly.
So what?
Kids like it.
Sequins is like that too. It doesn't get all over the fucking place.
You should have pitched that.
Literally, you'll open the thing on your kitchen table and the glitter will fall out and it's on your hands, it's on the table, and then 3 weeks later, it's still on the fucking floor. I mean, it's just
writing 101.
It's like cockroaches.
Collaboration 101. Okay, when you don't like an idea, it's not really cool to be like, I hate this idea, it sucks. What is cool is to be like, I hate this idea, it sucks. You know what would be a better thing? Sequins. That's the way you do it.
That's what I should have said?
If you had said that.
But they are right. They're right to do that because it is a legitimate. The real things are the things that resonate, I think, right? The real things are the things that we get. And I hate glitter. You love cats.
Okay, but hold on a second.
You love cats.
Fucking love cats. But hold on a second. Of course I love cats. They're excellent animals. Yeah. To this point that you're saying, you don't just hate glitter. You hate lots of things.
I do, and I think we've written them into a lot of the episodes.
That's like honestly, like you are a one man. Just observing you can just write an entire season of television. Like the guy, whether it's his dislikes, like he doesn't like cats. He doesn't like the fact that I am friendly to waiters. He doesn't like that. And I talk to people.
Not friendly to waiters, but too friendly to waiters.
Too friendly to waiters. Okay, is there such a thing as being too friendly to a waiter?
Yeah, it's like when they're done taking your order, you don't call them back to ask them about where they're from. You know what I mean? Right? They take your order, they start walking away, they'll give your order to the kitchen. Like, hey, buddy, where are you from? That accent, I can't even place it. What's that thing?
I don't.
Who cares?
I haven't done that.
You don't need to do that.
I haven't. There was you
don't need to do that.
I mean, I like to talk to waiters.
You do.
But there's only one time that it really bit us in the ass. It was at BJ's Brewery.
Yes.
We had that
yes.
crazy
yes.
waitress.
Yeah.
And I called her back one too many times.
Yeah, one too many times. And it was kind of like you're trying to eat your French onion soup and you're like, oh my God, Jesus Christ, let it go.
Yeah, like she put in the order, the food came to our table in the time that she wouldn't, like she went off on a monologue. There was another great time. I think it's extending my dialogue in general. There was another time you and I were on the road and we were getting notes from the network.
Yeah.
And writers don't really like getting notes from the network.
Nobody does.
Nobody does. And we were getting notes from the network, and we were on speakerphone with them.
Yeah.
And the notes call was over. The notes portion was over, and I was like, oh, but let me ask you this question. And I socialized a little bit, and Kevin Heffernan literally went and made the motion to backhand me, which my Hispanic father used to do anytime I got uppity with him.
Sometimes you're just done.
And also things you like to do, some of your habits or things like, in terms of observing you and writing a season of television. Like you like to suck on your earbuds, which is the most disgusting habit of all.
Well, that was,
like you take your earbuds out of your ear and put them in your mouth.
But that was at a time when they used to have cords on them. But now they don't have cords on them, so you can't put them in your mouth anymore.
Well, you can. You'll probably just swallow them. And then
imagine the sound you hear in there, man.
Oh, my God. Oh my God! Here's another little story about Broken Lizard. When we were making the movie Beer Fest, and I know I'm going off on a tangent now.
Sure.
But we started researching drinking games.
Yeah.
And one of the games, obviously, is the easy one, was quarters.
Yeah.
And you play quarters. You drink the quarter. And then you spit it out. And Kevin accidentally swallowed the quarter.
I swallowed a quarter.
And so the first thing that happened was like we were like, oh,
I was out of practice, guys. Come on.
Well, you were just thirsty.
And hungry.
Yeah. And
quarter.
One of the things we riffed on was like, how long is this going to take to go through, Kevin?
Yeah.
And should we, Kevin, can we watch? And he's like, of course not. And we're like, well, are you going to listen to the clink? So we know when it passes.
When it hits the toilet.
We want to know how long this quarter is going to take to pass through your body.
Yeah.
Then another thing we talked about was that quarter might be worth more because it's taken an incredible voyage.
It's been on a journey, right?
And how
it's like an NFT.
Yeah. That's that's an NFT back from 2006. And how we were going to start giving you loose change to swallow.
Sure.
And sell it on eBay for more than it was worth.
Sure.
And then the thing that we actually wound up putting in Beer Fest was that we would look at the quarter and George Washington's face would come out horrified, like Han Solo in the car.
Screaming. George Washington be screaming.
Yeah.
And the prop guy made that quarter.
He made
a
big
giant
one.
version with George Washington going, ah.
Yeah.
And because he had taken a journey through my body.
I bet that thing is worth a lot of money.
I don't know where that is.
Yeah. Probably.
The thing you love is cats, right?
I do love cats.
And this episode was an ode to your love of cats. Because we start out with you looking at cat videos. And how much you love them. And that's to set up the fact that later on you got to save a cat's life.
Well, yeah, so I'm glad you brought that up because we couldn't do it with a person.
We tried. We wrote it where somebody was saving someone's life in the murder hornets, but then it got a little bit too serious.
Well, because it's like the firefighters are all supposed to hesitate.
Correct, right.
And Mickelberry steps in.
Firefighters don't hesitate.
They don't hesitate.
Right.
But if it's just a cat, I mean, they probably won't hesitate anyway because firefighters are incredibly brave.
The funny thing about it, though, in that scene is like, you could just go get the cat.
Right.
But you're like, somebody get that cat out of there. And you're the closest guy to the car.
Right. But I'm the captain. The captain's job, look,
sure, is
Captain
to order.
Panizzi,
Right,
you
is to
delegate.
Tell people what to do.
You delegate. Yeah. I do love cats.
Yes.
I grew up with two cats, Princey and Cindy.
Yeah.
Prince Charming and Cinderella. My sister named them. They were farm cats. We got them probably when I was 2.5.
Oh, God.
And Princey was my best friend.
Oh, Jesus.
Like when I was sad, sometimes Princey would come into my room. He could sense that I was sad.
Yeah.
And I'd put my arm, I'd be laying.
Did you look at him as your best? Do you think he looked at you as his best friend?
We were best friends.
Mutually?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I'd be sad and he'd come and hop on the bed, come crawling up and he'd lay right in the nook of my arm.
Yeah.
And I'd pat him. I'd go, Princey, you're my only friend. And I'd be crying.
Sad. Weird.
Yeah, sad.
Weird.
Yeah. Prince Charming.
Creepy.
Beautiful, but that's the bond between boy.
But who was Anastasia? Oh, Anastasia was the cat that we lived at that house.
Okay, so that was...
Because we named the cat Anastasia.
Yeah.
In this episode.
So when we moved to L.A.,
right?
When we were like
this is a good story.
When we were kind of going back and forth.
Yeah.
We were renting a room from a guy who had named his cats Anastasia.
Yeah.
And Sebastiano, who are characters from Alex from The Fountainhead.
Okay. There you go.
And he's out there. He's listening to us.
Characters from the Fountainhead. Okay.
And nobody liked these cats because their names sucked.
Yeah. Anastasia and Sebastiano.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we renamed them Annie and Seabass.
Annie and Seabass makes sense.
And also, like, Seabass would walk out the room, people were like, Seabass! Seabass!
Right.
And Annie would walk in the room, like, what up, Annie?
Yeah.
And they became cool cats.
Sure. Just by virtue of a name change.
Yeah. You don't want me to tell the other story about Sebastiano, do you?
Do you want to tell that story?
It's such a terrible story, but it's an accident. Okay, so here's what happened.
Okay.
So one night, and Soder lived with us too.
Right, Paul Soder, yep. Wolf Boykins.
And Annie was a very teeny little cat.
Yeah.
Then we were having some cocktails.
Yeah.
And always a scary story.
Yeah.
And I had a watch.
I was not there.
No, I know you weren't. I was trying to bring you in to the
I was
darkness.
not there.
But I had a watch. I had a G-Shock watch.
Yeah.
And we were looking at the cat's neck, the cat, and we were like, God, it's got such a skinny neck. Totally innocent. Do you think the watch would fit around its neck?
Right, as a necklace.
Just like, could you put it around its neck? Because its neck was so tiny.
Right.
And we're like, let's see. It was benign.
Right.
It was benign.
Right.
And so we're like, let's see.
Brian's
and so
upset already.
I took off the watch.
Yeah.
And just put it around the neck just to fit it.
Okay.
And the cat jerked its head back.
Yeah.
And the watch shut on its neck.
Jesus. Class shut.
Not like in a bad way.
And not in a choky way.
The watch just closed.
It just was there.
The watch just closed.
Right. It's like a collar.
So the cat was like,
right.
and ran off.
Yeah. And
we were like, we got to get that.
We got to get the cat.
We got to get the cat. We got to get the watch.
This is a fucking movie, like an Italian.
This is the Chechi Gore, and the cat's name is Mickleberry.
This is the Italian romp movie. Why didn't we think of that then? Okay, go ahead.
It hadn't happened yet.
So you got to go find the cat with the watch on it.
We had to go, and
what you do is you make it like a diamond, like a $3 million diamond watch.
Right.
Then you got to go find the cat.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's a
movie.
Like a Bulgari.
That's a movie.
Yeah. And so, but we went and we had to free this cat, but now the cat was furious with us.
Right.
And it was under the bed. And it actually, when I went to reach for it, it didn't like swipe with its claw. It went to bite my hand. And then it ran past me. And then we were like, okay. And we put on like lacrosse gear and gloves, and we went and we found the cat hiding.
Yeah.
And we just held it down and got the watch off. And it was like, it had that like that fear noise and fear smell.
Yeah.
And then it left.
Right.
But then the cat never liked me.
Oh boy.
After that, it always, when I would walk in the room, it would go.
But it always knew exactly what time it was.
That's how you close
Is that the wide camera? All right.
Yeah, what else you got?
Let's get some guests on here. You want to get some guests on here?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a couple guests waiting in the wings for us.
Tell us about what guests are we going to see today.
We're going to meet up with our good friend Chris Avila, who plays Mickleberry. And we're going to meet up with our good friend Gabe Hogan, who plays Ike Crystal. Shall we do that?
Let's do that.
All right, let's go to guests. We got a special guest here with us, the newest member of the Tacoma cast, Chris Avila, everybody. Chris Avila. Yeah.
Hello, Chris.
What's up, my man? How are you?
Just chilling here. How you guys doing?
Where are you? Where are you chilling?
Are you high?
Just at
Are
home.
you high? Are you on drugs?
No, man.
Are you on drugs already?
No, not already. No.
Is that real leopard fur? Your shirt? Is that real leopard fur?
Yeah, it is.
You son of a bitch.
See, that's what happened. He got on a TV show and he starts killing animals.
Right, and he goes out and he buys the most expensive animal print.
I'll take 2.
Yeah.
Wrap it up.
And then you know what happens? We get canceled.
Right.
Because of our association with him, we get canceled.
I'm going to get canceled too for wearing animal.
Yeah, but you don't care. That's
you
the
don't
nice
seem
thing
to
about
care.
you. You don't care.
You don't seem to care.
Hey, Chris, you know what my favorite joke of this season with you was, Chris, it takes a villa.
Oh.
Really? It takes a
That's
villa.
okay. That's obviously not in the episodes.
No, because you
can't. It's his real name.
You can't use an actor's real name.
Oh, is that right?
In the show.
You
Yes,
can't do that?
Their character.
Oh shit.
And use their character.
You
name.
learn something new every day.
But behind the scenes, we would say, Chris, it takes a villa.
It takes a villa. Hey, did you watch the episode? Did you watch 402, the introduction of the Probie Imbroglio?
Yes, I did.
Did you have a couple laughs?
I thought it was,
Come on, where's the ringing endorsement, Avila? It was okay.
No, I thought it was really funny. I thought it was just interesting to see it all come together because obviously I hadn't seen like a lot of it because I wasn't in like the scenes that you're not in, you don't get to see. So when you get to see it, it's like all funny. And I thought the cat scene was like
oh yeah,
so funny, and that was like I think my favorite, probably one of my top top three favorite like scenes that I did in the entire season.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you watched it.
I don't know
Have
how you guys.
Have you watched any of the first 3 seasons of Tacoma FD?
No.
Yeah.
One of the things I loved, and we have some pictures, we'll throw them up, but that prosthetic makeup on you, man. Holy crap, you look terrible. Like, I felt bad for you. And, you know, it's funny because, you know, you probably went in and it took like hours to put it on, right? How long did it take to put the thing on?
Yeah, dude. So, like, when I saw my call time was like literally like 2, 3 a.m. And it's only going to take like 4 hours to put on. I was like, it's not going to take no 4 hours to put on. Like, you guys are just making extra time or whatever. But then I was in that chair literally for like 3, 4 hours. It was crazy.
That makeup was amazing. And you know, the blisters and the fucking ooziness of it.
It's strange because it's like it makes you feel bad for you and also disgusted by you at the same time, which is, you know, a unique thing.
But you don't feel that at all. You're just some dude sitting in that rubber makeup.
Yeah, he's just hanging out all blistery. He doesn't have to see himself. But, you know, you'll notice that, like, when there's an actor who's blistered up and swollen like that, like, subconsciously the other actors are kind of standing away from them.
Gross. On the flip side, though, you know, I thought you were very lucky because I wish I had this situation of how cool we made you look as in The Matrix. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. He has nice slow motion shots.
Dressed you up. We put you in the green. We had the Hornets.
Like Neo.
Oh, my God. That was such an amazing scene. Yeah, it was fucking, like, it was way more amazing than I thought it would be. Like, with all the Hornets and it was fucking crazy. I was like, wow.
Because when we shot it, you know, we didn't have Hornets. Our friends over at Fuse, Jason Piccioni, put the Hornets in later. So you were kind of acting against nothing, really. And
that's kind of like what I do every day with you, Kev. Thank you very much.
Oh, look out.
Thank you very much.
Look out, Villa.
Chris, you know, another thing that you got to do, which is one of my favorite things, is bed acting. Like, you got to lay down on the gurney and stay there for hours while we filmed that scene. I don't know if you picked up on that this season filming Tacoma FD, but you'll notice that my character, Eddie Panizzi, lays in the Barca loungers a lot. And oftentimes it says Eddie is taking a nap. So I gave some of that to you because I love you.
Well, thank you. Thank you for that. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Even though I could only see out of one eye, I still enjoyed laying.
Well, so that's the eye that you go to sleep with. Another thing I enjoyed about you early on was that, like, I think, if we look at your headshots, you had, like, one of the reasons we really wanted to meet you is you had these nice, like, bangs and curly hair, you know, like just innocent.
Yeah.
And when you showed up at the beginning of filming, you didn't have that. Like, you had kind of like a short haircut. And so we had, yeah, we had the hair department.
That's the classic thing, right? You cast a guy for his look, and then he changes his look when he shows up.
Bad move.
So what do?
We put some bangs on him. we attached some bangs, prosthetic bangs, extensions, I think they're called, into Chris's hair. So for the first, I think, like 8 episodes of this season, Chris's bangs are fake.
Did that make you uncomfortable?
A little bit, but I mean, it was fine. I mean, it was like whatever. It was just some little extensions.
Were you ever like, oh shit, I fucked up by cutting my hair?
Yeah, a little bit, because I didn't know what was gonna happen. Because I was gonna, I didn't know.
Did no one ever tell you that when you get hired for the job, not to change your appearance? Clearly not.
Yeah.
Clearly not. You know what else I really liked is you brought a nice family feel to our set, because I'm pretty sure you had a family member there every day of the entire season. Like,
well, that's what I say. Is like I held the record, I think, for family visits.
Yes.
And then I think Chris beat me out this season because we had a lot of Chris's family there, which I think was fucking great.
Well, you never know when they're going to show up either. Like, 'cause it's like sometimes if they're at like 1 in the morning, you're like, hey, who are all these guys here? And they're like, we're Chris's family. But it's like your sisters were there all the time. Your sisters were there all the time.
Did they have a good time seeing you in the show?
Oh yeah, they love being on set. They love it.
Was it hard? It's hard coming in and joining a cast that already exists. Did you find that hard or challenging or?
Yeah, it's always obviously a little hard, but yeah, I mean, you guys like made me feel like at home and stuff. It was pretty cool. You guys are fucking awesome. I don't know if I can curse on here.
Yes, you
Sorry.
can.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Especially when you do it like that.
Yes, you can.
Would you say I was a father figure to you?
By the way, Captain Panisi, he's even cooler than I thought he'd be. You should see how dope his hair is. Anyway, see you at home.
Depends on what you mean by that.
Well, I mean, in the season now, we don't want to give anything away, but like you and I have a nice, you know, like even in that scene where you're talking about how cool I am and how cool my hair is.
Right. Yeah, no, definitely. I would say you two are like the two dads I never had. I feel like.
Bullshit, I met your dad. He came to the set. Anything would surprise you as you did the season, Chris?
Yeah, no, it was cool. I mean, it was, I enjoyed everything about it, man. The only thing that I was actually like kind of surprised by is like, you know, when we would shoot these episodes where, you know, we're wearing the full firefighter you know, costume or whatever, it gets like surprisingly way hotter than you think it would. Like you would think it gets hot, but it gets like way hotter than that. It's insane to me.
That's when you come to the realization that you're just a wussy ass actor. We've had that going since day one.
Yeah.
Well, we also took. I mean, in season 1, what we did is we took the liners out of those things too. I mean, they're much thicker than they in real life than they are for us. And you know, I remember one of those first days, and we had the full gear on, the SCBAs, and everyone was complaining and hot. And you look over at Cousin Bill. Cousin Bill's just shaking his head. And he's like, we do this every day. Try doing that in a fire. Try running up the stairs in that. Try climbing a hill with that, you know, carrying equipment. And you feel like you feel like an asshole.
Yeah, season 1, we were shooting the fire in the dispensary, the weed dispensary. And at the same time, unfortunately, there was a real fire going on like 5 miles away from the set. And there were like 1,000 firefighters up there battling around the clock. And we have a little gas strip with 4 flames shooting out of it. And we're like, it's so hot. And after every take, like we have to rest our backs. And there's, you know, an LA FD safety, a fire marshal there who's just looking at us with the most disdain in the world because we're so weak and soft.
It's true.
All right.
Well, thank you, sir. Thanks for taking some time out for us. You know, you did a great job this season. I think people are going to love your character, and I think people love the arc of your season. And I hope you do too.
Thank you guys for having me. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to laugh my ass off on these episodes. I had a blast doing them.
It takes a villa, and you did a great job.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you, my friend. It's good seeing you.
It was good seeing you guys.
All right.
Wow, what a funny conversation.
That's pretty good. It's good to see that young fella, Mickleberry.
Yeah.
But I feel like he had a lot of technical issues with his video and audio, and you know, he's the youngest guy in our cast. He should be able to figure all that shit out.
Yeah.
Maybe he's spending all his money on leopard skin shirts.
Do you see that design here? Like he's about to go clubbing.
I know it. Wow. Okay. All right, let's go to Gabe. All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us on the podcast, episode 402, Mr. Gabriel Hogan, everyone. You know Mosaic Crystal.
What?
There he is.
You know me as Mosaic Crystal.
Yeah.
What's up, gang?
Hey, did you get a chance to watch the episode? Did you watch the episode?
I sure did.
Did you enjoy it?
Holy smokes. Did I ever look great? I don't know if you guys watched it.
Yeah, well, that was early in the season. That was early in the season when, you know, you were more buff. You get a little out of shape as the season goes on.
Always. And injured.
You sort of digress, right? I think we all do, right? I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah, but you always get injured. It's like there's always one day. It's
that's like my thing.
Around like week 6 or 7, you're like, hey, can I talk to you guys? So I was at the gym doing cable crossovers and my bicep flew off my arm and disconnected.
The whole arm came off, eh? I mean, we got her back on. I think we can shoot tomorrow, but I'm just letting you know. You know, I'm not carrying any hose or doing none of that.
But how is your arm, by the way?
It's good.
Because people know, last season we talked about, or season before last, how you tore your bicep.
We did season before last, and then
last season you had, whatever.
And then I busted my foot. Well, I had a broken foot from hockey a long time ago, and it just got worse and worse, right? As we get older, And then I remember you guys called me and asked me if I would do your movie, Quasi. Thank you very much for letting me come and do that.
Yeah.
And I was like,
we'll talk about that.
I got a broken foot.
Yeah.
My foot's busted. And you're like, yeah, it's fine. We'll put you in a corner and we'll tell some jokes. Then we'll do it. And I showed up with a cane, and you're like, oh, you really can't walk. I was like, no.
It's true. And we put you in chainmail. Yeah, for those who don't know, Gabe was in our movie Quasi, which was is on Hulu now. It's a Broken Lizard movie, and we were down from shooting Tacoma, and we said, "Hey, come up and do this part." And the great thing about Gabe, also, and I'm kissing his ass now.
Is there a great thing?
Yeah,
about
the great thing about Gabe was that there was like one line in the whole fucking script. He comes in, he does it. We improvise 2 scenes, and those are the scenes that the studio put in the trailer.
Well, the whole Tacoma
opening and the end, those are the 2 scenes they put in the trailer.
The whole Tacoma FD cast came in, and all of their bits were in the trailer. The Broken Lizard guys are like, "What the fuck is going on with this?"
I know,
but it's good.
I know it's great.
I pulled the clip. We can go to the clip from Quasi right now.
God!
Yes, my lord.
Kill him.
I'm sorry, who?
Him.
Arnaud?
I don't know his name.
No, I couldn't, my lord. I have known Arnaud my entire life. We came up together as squires.
I don't care if he's your brother. Kill him.
Well, he's not my brother. He is my brother-in-law. He's married to my youngest sister, you see.
I have an idea. Would it be easier if we got a third guard to come in and kill both of these guys?
Oh, whoops. Here we go. Well, that was easy.
That'll be all.
Fantastic.
Good clip.
I mean, it looks like I'm moving around without a broken foot, right? That's the power of my acting right there.
It really is.
Well, because you went to the Royal Canadian Acting Academy, no?
Yes, where they teach acting with injury. That's level 3.
Yeah.
Acting with severe injury or surgery from a hockey accident.
Hey, one of the things I liked from that episode was that flashback of you, where you go and you get in the hairdo.
You know what? I actually forgot about that.
Yeah.
And I was surprised when I saw it. I loved it. It made me laugh.
It was that ridiculous thing where it's like, hey, let's do a flashback, let's change the hair. And you had multiple flashbacks in a row. And so you did a couple things. In one of the scenes, you put a hat on, but that kind of flattened down, kind of little Nicky look.
I feel like, because it's funny, we've done a lot of hair work with Gabe.
Yeah.
You know, season 2, we had Mike and Ike, and we flashed back with him and his twin brother.
Right.
And they both had different hairdos. But this,
that's right.
But this episode's like I guess, is it Probie Ike? Is he a Probie then?
Yeah.
He's just,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's the saddest of all the Ike Crystal hairdos.
It's funny, right? And we had a lot of locks to play with there. I had a lot of feathers.
You did
then, right?
Yeah,
you actually did. Well, and shout out to Lorna, our hairdresser there too. It was like we always have like fucking 5 minutes to do that stuff too, right?
Yeah.
Like,
now change
let's
his hair.
make it totally different. But like right now, we got to go now.
Yeah. And we're always like, just change his hair. And it's like, it's a much bigger process than
but
that.
now, was this the season? Because every season, season 1 was one thing. And then season 2, I think you came in and you were like, I want a new hairdo, eh? And you got a new hairdo, and like 4 episodes in, you're like, I don't like it, eh? Like, was season 2 the shark fin? Like the Yondu from
I think it was this season.
Guardians of the Galaxy? No, that's either 2 or 3.
No, I have long hair in this one. That was season 2. And then it was kind of similar to your Peaky Blinders fucking thing you had going here in episode 1.
This episode was about the new guy, and we had the new kid come in, Chris Avila, and I thought, I thought it was very sweet. Like you were such a nice guy to him from the top. Like, I don't know if Lemme and I are that nice of guys, but we cast the kid, right? We went and you came to some of the audition stuff, and we cast him. And then out of the blue, you just took him out to lunch, like right off the bat. And we were like, we hadn't even met the kid before. And we were like, and you're like, I went to lunch with him today. And I thought that was a very sweet thing and a nice thing to take the new guy and make him feel good. And you did that just of your own accord.
You know what it is? It's a very Canadian thing to do.
Is that what it is?
Is it? It might be. I mean, I would hope so. I just told them, like laid the groundwork, like, don't look right at me, and like this area is mine, you get to set first. I'm there after you. Don't ever, let me arrive and have you not be there. It was, that kind of stuff.
I thought it was like you were being a nice guy.
Of the hierarchy.
God, I thought you were being a nice guy. Welcome to the family.
I was laying down the law of how it worked. No, it was great. We went down to Venice. We had coffee, and we just I told him. How hard it is to work with you guys and what to watch out for and, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
No, it was great. It was, he's a young guy and he's going on to a show. And I always thought, well, I wish someone did that for me. So
trying to figure out who's being disingenuous. Maybe you are.
He is.
What are you working on? What have you been working on? What have you done anything since we've been shooting? You did Heartland. You were in Canada.
Yeah, I'm going up there like in a week, I think.
Okay.
And what is your character's name?
Calgary, eh?
What's your character's name?
Peter.
Peter?
Peter what?
Peter Morris. PW. Peter Morris.
And for those who don't know, for fans of Tacoma, Gabe has been on the show Heartland, which is a Canadian show. It's been on it for many, like 10 years? Like what? Many years.
I'm going to blow your mind here. This is season 17 of that show.
Oh, Jesus. I could only wish we would get that far. I could only wish we could get to season 17.
But it's been
season 17.
It's been on people's radars more than they know. Because like my TV set, like DirecTV.
Yeah, the splash page or whatever comes up.
The screensaver is Heartland always.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sort of found a new life. I think like a lot of things did that have a big back catalog during COVID. Because it's on Netflix, right?
Right.
And people, I guess found it and became aware and started watching it. And it's become, it's like, it's Yellowstone with no murder, right? It's Yellowstone during the day.
Right, right. In Canada.
Hey, how come I'm not just there with you guys in your area?
Because we like to be able to move on, you know what I mean? We like to move on. If you were here, you'd linger, we would have to talk to you, it's just, we just hang up on you, you know what I mean?
And you're like a bull in a china shop. Like it's already...
It's very delicate in here.
It's small.
No, I would...
Do you want to come down?
Yeah,
come on down.
We can have you down for another episode.
No.
It would be great, though, if he got up and walked out and walked in here like 1 second later.
I was going to say, for everybody at home, if you don't know, I'm 4 blocks away, and they won't let me...
maybe next time. Maybe we'll do it. Yeah, maybe next time we'll do it. Hey, Gabe, will you watch the gag reel with us?
Yeah, absolutely.
Would you be willing
right
to?
Now?
Okay, yeah, let's pop it in there. Here we go.
I'm willing.
You sure about this, Cap?
He's good.
I'll do it without a response.
Oh, okay.
You sure about this guy, Cap?
You're not going to respond to that, Cap?
I guess you're going to get a special.
Toilet duty!
Wait, what? No!
Toilet duty!
Wait, no, wait!
Toilet duty!
Wait, no!
I love this name, Nickelberry. I think we found our new Probie.
Okay, we can't pick a new firefighter based on the name. Although, have you seen this Ron
Because I'm Eddie Panisi.
Oh, fuck you. Did it again.
Fuck this! I did not look like Will Smith from Concussion. I didn't look like Ike Turner. I didn't look like Patrick Ewing. I didn't look like Larry Blackman.
Who's Larry Blackman?
From Cameo.
Who's Cameo?
Fuck!
Can I just point something out here? Can you see it?
It's good. Is that how it's very important? Just relax.
Yeah, that's it.
Not my boy.
Ah! Come on! I got glitter in my mouth, too! It's piss and glitter!
It's a pretty good album name.
Piss and glitter?
Piss and glitter. And cut.
I never realized how hurtful that was. It really is like a slap in the face, isn't it?
It hurt.
Well, I said I was sorry.
That's correct. Oh, that's sweet when you do that, bro.
It's so delicate.
I think it was great. Hey, cut. Hey,
good job.
That's pretty great.
I liked my wild and crazy guy.
Yeah, like a little shimmy on the end of that
Wild
thing.
and crazy guys.
Well, that's the fake laugh stuff that we do when we're not sure we have a good outline at the end. We
That's
just
right.
make everyone fake laugh.
Hey, you guys.
That's right. Everyone
Right.
fake laughs and does a little dance and whatever it is, and then that's how you get out.
Did we do our own freeze frame on that one ever?
We didn't do a freeze frame, but we did a group laugh that took us out, and then in all the individual singles, everyone did a laugh on the way out. Give me it again now. Fuck you, Reggie, fuck you, and then everyone laughs.
I knew you were going to say that. I love it.
And action.
Fuck you, Reggie Bon Jovi. Fuck you.
I had no idea what you were talking about.
I'm just laughing because you guys are.
Yeah. Laughter's contagious.
Fuck you, Reggie!
I don't know if this is a course they teach at the Royal Canadian Acting Academy. But,
I'll let you know.
But muscle acting. You know, which Kevin pointed out in that,
Yes.
like how much of the time would you say you are flexing while we film you?
Well, Steve, it's a great question, and they do teach this in the academy in Canada. It's a hidden location. It's more what lens are we on, right? You know, how much of my arm can you see? And then it's timing, right? You know, it's timing. It's like, how long can you hold it without, screwing your face up or something? So if, it's action and I know, say we're on a 50, I'm like, okay, so it's like cowboyish, right? So I'm going to do my tricep. I'm just going to hold it, stay relaxed in the face, hold it 3, 4, 5, line, and I'll release. And that's it.
Something else that's very high up there is that we saw in that gag reel is your yelling. Now, I feel like the direction that we give to you the most when you're screaming is to go as high as you can possibly go.
Toilet duty!
Wait, what? No!
Toilet duty!
Wait, no! Wait!
Toilet duty!
Wait, no!
And you're really good at
That
it.
is true. That is the true thing.
But that in that gag reel, that's an example. It was like you started here, and then you went a little bit higher, and then it was like, let's get really higher, and then that's the one you use in the cut. You know what I mean? So.
Right, yeah. And for everybody watching this, that is really the real direction. Like, go again.
It is.
I even know what they're doing. They're going to say, let's go one more time. Higher? Yeah, higher. Okay. Yeah,
and it's throughout the season, just so you know. This season, there are multiple moments where it's like, hey, can you take that up a little higher? And we do it. It's fantastic. Hey, thank you for joining us on our episode here, 402. I hope you'll come back again. There's a lot of things we want to talk to you about this season. You're fantastic this season. What a great job you did. And I think people are really going to love it. So.
And I think your muscles are the best this season than they've been so far.
Oh, well, I love you both.
Thanks, buddy. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay, dudes.
He's got a lot of good gag reel stuff there.
He really does.
Mr. Hogan does.
He usually does, because he's a bit of a... We didn't know with Gabe that he was going to be who he turned out to be. Like, we just wanted a guy with muscles.
Yes.
Like a big, dumb guy with muscles, like a hunk.
Correct.
And he walked in.
And he certainly is that.
He is that. He walked in for his audition. I probably told the story in the last Talkoma, but I don't care. He came in, and after he left, we were like, holy shit, did you see his biceps? Holy fucking shit. They were incredible. And
we have Kelly Kwan just cut his shirts a little high, right?
Yeah. But she does that with all of us. Like
Not with me, she doesn't.
I can barely, like, there's no circulation in my arm. My hands are always swollen because, like, my sleeves are so tight.
Not with me, she doesn't.
She doesn't?
Nah.
But you have that, like that.
I mean, and I'm saying I got nothing to offer there, so.
Brother.
I mean,
Don't sell
compared to that
yourself short.
gag, that moment in that gag reel, which I love it when he's got the tricep. That's vintage Gabe Hogan right there.
But we've busted him too. Like,
so many times.
There was one time we were shooting a shot of him shirt off, like supposed to be from up here.
Yeah.
And like the frame was actually wider than we wanted it to be. And we realized that he had his hands pressed together like this and was acting to make his breast muscles, or pectorals as they're called, more engorged.
And thank you to Gabe Hogan for coming on here.
I flex act too, by the way, sometimes. Like there's a few times my triceps.
Are you gonna maybe comb through footage and try to find that?
Yeah, why don't you go grab some of my tricep footage?
All right, let's wrap it up, my man. I think we're in good shape here.
Okay, my brother.
All right, my friend, my bro.
Okay,
Okay, brother.
My dude.
Brother.
Okay, much love, brother.
Hey, much love, my brother.
Much love.
That's if we had a biker gang.
No, you know what we should do? But let's do the forearm handshake. That's the way we do it.
Like up here?
Yeah, that's firefighter. Yeah, much love, brother.
Much love, brother.
Yeah, man.
But this is the Tacoma biker gang now.
Yeah.
Much love, brother.
Much love, brother.
Okay.
Here's to kicking ass.
I'll see you next time.
Kicking ass and taking flames.
Yeah, let's do it. Ooh, kicking ass, taking flames. That's a good one. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Talkoma. Tune in next week, episode 403.
Well, what did I tell you?
Our friend.
Episode 3, season 4.
Our friend is coming back.
Joe Pantoliano.
What a great episode. I love that episode. All right. Thank you, everybody. We'll talk to you next week.